The movie begins in a fifth-grade class. One morning, the teacher walks in and finds only one kid sitting there. The night before, every single child from that class mysteriously woke up, walked out of their homes into the darkness, and vanished. Police searched everywhere but couldn't find them. The only kid left, Alex, didn't know anything, and neither did his teacher, Miss Candy. Weeks later, the school holds a parent conference, and angry parents accuse Miss Candy of being responsible. That same night, someone bangs on her door and writes "witch" on her car. She's shaken, but tries to move on. One day, Miss Candy grows suspicious of Alex and follows him home. His house feels creepy. She knocks on the door, but no one answers, so she goes around back to look through the window. There, she sees two silent figures just sitting in the dark. She calls the school principal, Marcus, who tells her to leave it to the police. Later, while she waits outside the house, something sneaks into her car, cuts off a piece of her hair, and leaves. Meanwhile, Archer, the father of one of the missing kids, becomes obsessed with finding answers. He reviews surveillance videos and begs the police to investigate Miss Candy. Frustrated by their inaction, he begins investigating on his own. One day, he sees Miss Candy at a gas station. While confronting her, a strange man suddenly attacks, choking both Candy and Archer. Then the story shifts to Paul. We meet Paul, a cop. During his patrol, he notices a teenager named James acting suspiciously. Paul searches him, and while doing so, he is suddenly jabbed with a dirty syringe. Furious, he knocks James out, then lets him go, threatening him not to speak. Desperate for drug money, James breaks into a house. Inside, he finds two motionless people sitting in the dark. Panicked, he runs downstairs and stumbles upon the missing kids. They suddenly scream and turn around, and James bolts out in terror. Later, he sees a flyer offering $50,000 for information about the missing kids, so he tries to report what he saw. But before he can, Paul intercepts him. James insists that he saw the missing kids, so Paul takes him back to the house. Paul enters but doesn't come out for 5 hours. When he finally emerges, he drags James inside too, both now under some sinister control. Back at school, Principal Marcus meets Alex's aunt, who claims that Alex's parents are sick and that she is caring for him. Something about her feels off. When Marcus mentions that there has been a complaint at Alex's house, she quickly asks, "Can you tell me who reported it?" Marcus refuses to answer. Later, she visits Marcus's home, pretending to be lost and asking for water. Once inside, she reveals a strange bloodied stick tied with Marcus's ribbon. She cuts herself, then suddenly cuts Marcus's husband's hair. Shocked by what is happening, Marcus tries to call the cops. She rings a bell that hypnotizes Marcus, causing him to strangle his own husband to death. She then uses Miss Candy's stolen hair in her ritual, sending Marcus after her. Marcus chases Candy and tries to kill her, but he is killed after being hit by a car. The focus shifts to Alex. We learn that his aunt came to visit because she was sick, but she has actually been manipulating him. One day, she threatens him, saying that if he ever tells anyone she is there, his parents will suffer. She proves her power through blood magic, forcing Alex's parents to stab themselves until he promises to stay silent. Over time, Alex is left feeding his parents, who now seem like lifeless puppets. His aunt, growing weaker, tells him that the only way to cure her is to bring her an item from each of his classmates. He agrees, on the condition that she leaves once she recovers. Alex collects the items, and that night she performs a ritual, placing them in water and ringing her bell. The spell lures every kid to her house. Now Alex secretly feeds the children kept there. His aunt, along with Paul and James under her control, plans to leave soon. She warns Alex not to cross the protective salt around her room. Meanwhile, Miss Candy and Archer stake out Alex's house. They sneak inside but are ambushed. Candy sees Paul, who tricks her into crossing the salt, allowing him and James to attack. Upstairs, Alex also crosses the salt and almost gets killed by his own parents, but he manages to lock himself in. Desperate, he imitates his aunt's ritual, cutting his hands and smearing blood on a stick. Downstairs, Miss Candy shoots Paul in self-defense just as he was about to kill her, while Archer is about to die when Candy shoots James. Downstairs, Archer sees all the kids and goes to check on his own child, but he is ambushed by the aunt. She orders Archer to strangle Miss Candy, and he obeys under her spell. Meanwhile, Alex completes his ritual using his aunt's hair, breaking her control. The house shakes and the missing kids suddenly turn on the aunt. They swarm her, tearing her apart piece by piece until she dies. With her death, everyone snaps out of the spell. Archer stops attacking Miss Candy and rushes to find his son, finally reuniting with him. Alex hugs his parents, though they remain deeply scarred and later end up in a mental hospital. The movie ends with the kids safe, the aunt destroyed, but the trauma still haunting everyone. The end.